Watts. I'm a project engineer here at Mascaro. I graduated high school in 2008. From there, I went to a year of civilian college and the stock market crashed. So I went to the academy. I graduated from West Point in 2014, spent 5.5 years in the Army, and I came here in 2019. I actually had no idea that I'd be interested in construction. A family friend basically who got me an interview here at Mascaro, and I had no background at all in construction before, and I figured that everyone who worked in construction was either an engineer or a bricklayer, and I had no background about what what there was in between any of that, and there's a lot. My favorite part about construction, I guess it might be maybe more of a Mascaro thing, but it's like I kind of work as a team with people. I get to rely on people and I get to learn new and really interesting things every day. I basically, if I were to summarize what I do for someone who doesn't really know anything about construction, I'd say you start with complex problem solving and as a group, and I think that's awesome. As a project engineer, I currently work in estimating, but we do like site visits as well, but I'm primarily in charge of figuring out how a job is going to get built, what all the costs are, and putting together the plan so we can bid it, and if we win the work, then we'll build it. There's project engineers that do primarily entirely field work though as well, so I could end up, who knows, maybe even sometime soon doing something very different, even while I'm still here, of course, working at Mascaro. Honestly, I see myself going I could stay in the office and be an estimator, or I could go out in the field and be a project manager or superintendent. I'm not trying to necessarily declare where I'm going to go, and I think that's kind of the beauty of construction. There's a broad path, and I could go a lot of different directions from here, and it could more depend on how I decide I want to live. If there's anything I could tell a young student that I would leave them with is don't get fixed on the idea that you will do one thing for your entire life, because my life's definitely taken some pretty significant turns, and I would say even if you're apprehensive about getting into construction, consider getting into it, because it's the basis and foundation for so many things. You might get into it and you find out that you love it. You might get into it and you find that you prefer to do something else, but the background that you get in it will seriously help, because learning how to read drawings is a universal skill. Learning how to put together a plan is a universal skill. Learning that you're accountable to a crew and a group, and that you absolutely need to make sure that you do your job correctly every single day is a universal skill. It's something that applies to everything. So if I had any doubts in my mind, I would definitely get started in construction regardless of who I was and what I intended to do later, because if you don't like it, you don't have to stay in it forever, but it's a great foundation for just about anything else you do.